Hey everyone, this is Rick Morgan.
And this is Nolan Morgan.
And we wanted to share with you an experience that I had recently. I was contacted by some people, let's just say, who have an uncle that had a stroke recently. And they were looking to sell some of his things, sort of, downsizing for him, his old comic book collection. And they wanted me to maybe take a look at it and tell them if there's anything valuable in there, which is, a very apt and very internet-friendly exercise to do. But I said, yeah, I'll do it. They trusted me, and I said, I'll come by and I'll help you understand if there's anything that's really valuable in this collection, and I'll go through them. And then if necessary, and if there's anything really good, I'll clean and press it for you for free, and you can help this uncle sell the stuff or give them to his relatives or whatever he wants to do. I was trying to understand what the goal was. It was a pretty neat experience, and It was about 400 books, and I didn't know what to expect. A lot of times you can have these people come to you, and it's a lot of just tons and tons of junk, and it's sort of heartbreaking because it's the same books, the same filler books. A lot of times they've been cherry-picked for the good stuff. But in this case, the books hadn't been touched since the late 60s or early 70s. They were stored horizontally in cardboard boxes with pieces of notebook paper around the edges, and these people who asked me to come over put them in a plastic tote and they bought some comic book bags and started to bag. Some of them got tired after like 30 or so, and then they stopped and they just gave up, and they asked for my help. And that's what we did. And the purpose of this video is to go through these. If you can watch this at 2 or 3 or 5 times video if you want, just to see what I went through. I know people kind of like those videos. I do too. And Nolan and I will review it at the same time as well. Let's let it go, and maybe we'll put some music in the background if it's super boring for you, nothing to talk about. But it was a fun experience, and I will say that this Uncle Marvin, we called him on the phone, and he didn't have a lot of energy because of after his stroke. It was hard for him to talk. Even a minute or 2 minutes was a difficult conversation. The first talk I had with him was 11 minutes long. We were talking about his comic books, and then he called back 2 more times. He was really excited, and he was really getting into it. And he became very analytical after his stroke and didn't have a lot of emotion. They said, this is the most emotion we've seen from this guy in a long time. It was very fun and exciting, and he was thinking about giving them to his daughter or his nieces and nephews and selling some of them, make some money. But at the end of the night, he called back one last time after I was there 4 hours. And he decided to give the comic books to me. Of course, I was touched, and of course initially refused and said, no, it's too big of a gift. But he was very sure about it, and I was sure I wanted him, so it ended up being my books now, and I have them also. It was pretty exciting, and Nolan and I will go over it and kind of review these with you, and we hope that you enjoy this exploratory treasure-seeking video. Any questions, Nolan?
One thing I did want to note is, when you normally have a box of comic books, they're going to say Giant Says X-Men 1, I want that. Amazing Fantasy 15, I want that. And you can get all the other junk
that's
ones.
That's a good box. Yeah, that's a great box to find, yeah.
Yeah, but if you get one that hasn't been touched in the 70s, they don't know what an Amazing Fantasy 15 is apart from an X-Men 37 or just some random junk book.
Yeah. X-Men 35 had Spider-Man in it, actually, which would have been a good one. But yeah, they did know in the 70s. Some people knew. It wasn't as well known as it is now, of course, or easy to find out, really, because we didn't have apps and things. But people knew number ones were valuable. I think Amazing Fantasy 15 may be that one exception to a number one that people probably knew about in the 70s. I know I did, but I was, in this world. I don't remember the first time I learned about Amazing Fantasy 15 being the first appearance of Spider-Man, but there were posters of it and T-shirts everywhere, even back then. So it was well known.
Oh, really?
Even at the time. Yeah, it wasn't as much as it is now. I already knew about Amazing Spider-Man 121, Death of Gwen Stacy. I already knew about 129, The First Punisher. I already knew about Hulk 181, even when I was a little kid. But that was it. The super big keys I knew about, but a lot of the little ones that I know about today, I have no idea. I just knew the number ones were valuable at the same time. These books are not complete runs by any means. He just bought books occasionally, so we'll see what he has in there. And, spoiler, there's no super huge keys, but there's some low single-digit Avengers and Daredevil and stuff in there. That's pretty cool. And some good ASMs, which is, of course, it makes me cry when I see them. But it was a fun experience. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go. All right, Nolan. We have 2 of the same book, the Sergeant Fury.
Yeah.
Kings. This is without a cover, of course.
Oh wow, you guys really like Sergeant Fury.
Yeah.
Oh wow, another one.
Wait, here we go.
Ooh.
This is the last Ditko book right here.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's a really ratty 28. Look at this. This is the first John Romita Senior book of ASM. They're not in order, I don't think. Here's an early. Oh, maybe they are. Here's an early Vulture.
I don't know if they would order it.
Missing 50, of course. Oh, there's 51.
Not perfectly ordered, but
no, and these are pretty bad. I mean, they're well-loved books, we call them. You know, they have no curb appeal. I mean, they're wrinkled and they're not. They're great practice for pressing and cleaning, honestly.
Oh yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, you might want to press and clean them all, actually.
Good point.
This one's not terrible. I mean, most of these are poor quality.
I think I see that all of them are like slightly bent in a way.
Bent? How?
Like I look at the top, it curves.
Oh yeah.
Except for that one, actually.
Yeah, these are. I mean, some of these are like almost like this one's worthless, right?
Yeah.
But they're fun books and they're fun to work on. I think.
I feel like the story is probably good.
Well, yeah, they're the best stories, right? Silvermane is one of my first really good Spider-Man, long story arcs I really enjoyed.
That one's
classic
great.
Spidey. Prowler, that's a good one. That's actually halfway decent. It has a subscription crease in the middle of it.
Huh.
84, 85.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, this is a classic cover. One of the last Gwen Stacy covers. I think the really last one's like 90. Oh, the 104 with she's in like a bikini or something.
Another Prowler.
Yeah.
Oh, it skipped to 112. Ooh, 127. I think.
Yeah, I think this guy a lot of times did that. I think he left comics for like 4 years and came back and bought like one or two.
Yeah.
Here we have a Submariner.
Skipped 10 issues. Whoa, skipped another like 15.
Yeah, I think he just bought them once in a while. This wasn't a guy that was
Yeah.
like getting all the books, but
I don't think it's that big of a Submariner fan. I mean, he's like Spider-Man, obviously. Like, you can tell because he has like 58 and 59 and 60.
Green Lantern number 2.
Oh wow, that's an old,
super bad.
Oh
though.
man.
Oh, this is Al Jaffe. This is the guy who did Mad Magazine for a while.
Oh, that's cool.
These are Western comics. Nothing really here,
Yeah.
but fun. They were really popular in the 50s, of course, and then I think still some in the 60s. Oh, 147. And then Submariner Hulk.
Huh.
And paper.
Oh, Captain America. That one looks decent. Okay,
yeah, Captain America is like nobody buys them. I don't know why. There's just a few that are really good, like 100, of course. These are like
that one's kind of torn.
barely holding together.
That one's okay. Oh, that one looks pretty good.
Yeah, and these are. I don't remember any of these stories. That's actually a good one. First Falcon.
Ooh. There's quite a lot of variation in how good the comic is, how good the story is, how good it looks, how well it's preserved, stuff like that. Like that one's pretty good, but some of them aren't the best.
Yeah, you're right.
No, let's do the same one.
Yeah, the quality varies a lot. You can tell that there's some loving on these books.
These Captain America ones seem like
there's some weird red, white, and blue pattern on those other ones. And Falcon. So now they added the Falcon later. And then they split up. They had a breakup. Uh-oh. Let's look through this a little more and see what we're getting into.
Oh, Silver Surfer. Oh, just one, I guess.
Yeah.
Wonder how...
Now, here we have some Marvel Tales, which I mostly skipped because these are reprints, but I loved reading them as a kid. They were giving me exposure to books I wouldn't normally read, and you got several reprints of older stories in ones. But there's some Marvel Premiere in here, too, and some of those are pretty good. It can be worth some money. But I think I just took the whole block of loaded with Marvel Tales.
I didn't know Spider-Man and Ghost Rider did team up at one point.
Yeah, pretty much everybody did during the Marvel team-up years.
Oh.
It was there were only like 3 or 4 issues that didn't have Spider-Man.
Doctor Strange. I kind of forgot about Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah.
I think he has great potential as a character. I haven't read the comics, but he seems really interesting.
Yeah, it was like almost countercultural, like magic voodoo stuff in the 70s once they permitted it by the Comics Code again. Collector's Item Classics. See, 4 stories and they're reprints. Wait, Here we go. There's a reprint of it's a Marvel Tales of ASM 6. Collector's Item Classics again. These are reprints. Here's some old Barry Windsor Smith Conans I saw peeking out. Tales to Astonish. This is an early Ant-Man. I don't think it's the first one, but it's not. There's a Conan.
There's a bunch of comics in the background on the table.
Yeah, I'm trying to sort them out. I'm handing them to people and they're putting them places.
Oh, 2 Conans.
Yeah, they're identical. He must have really liked that book. Or
I don't know. So you bought a second one.
Captain Marvel Unchained. Yeah, okay. I don't think that's a big deal, but it's fun to see.
Oh, Captain Marvel?
Yeah. Are you used to a different Captain Marvel, Nolan?
No, definitely not. I'm used to this blonde-haired mid-20s chick.
Yeah, well, Brie Larson would be flattered. Here's Marvel feature, The Defenders. I don't know anything about that book at all.
I haven't heard of many of these.
Yeah, The Defenders were. Here's Luke Cage Hero for Hire, but this is just a random one. It was a fun book, but they were hit and miss on whether they're worth anything. Paper.
Another Sergeant Johnson.
I don't know what it's called.
Or Sergeant Fury.
Sergeant Fury, yeah.
Sergeant Johnson.
It's Nick Fury. It's the same Nick Fury you see.
Oh.
He has a Sergeant Fury became Nick Fury in there's a Howling Commandos.
I don't know why I said Johnson. Johnson seemed like a good follow out to Sergeant.
Fury sounds tougher than Johnson.
Yeah, I guess
I don't
fair.
know much about these particular books. I don't think they're worth anything, but especially they're halfway. They're barely held together.
Too small to fight, too young to die.
Wait, here's an old Spider-Man. This is Spider-Man 25. This is got the first appearance of Mary Jane Watson in it. I mean, this is...
The first appearance is in 25?
Well, sort of. She's behind a plant. You can't really see her.
Oh.
So it's it's like probably the only Ditko time. You'll see... See? Here she is here. If we flip through the book, you'll see right there. That's Mary Jane behind a plant. She's, hello, girls! This was like a tease, the thing they were doing for a long time before the first introduction in ASM 42. And we have there's lots of Sergeant Fury, a very German-looking mean guy with a Luger.
Wow, a lot of Sergeant Fury.
Yeah, he really loves this stuff. I mean, war wasn't very popular in the 60s. War books were winding down.
Huh.
Lots of Nazi bad guys, not a lot of reflections on Vietnam.
Nazi bad guys are cool because you can't feel bad for them. Like, it's just automatic. You put Nazi guys in a store, it's like just they're bad. You just
generic bad guys for everything now because you can hate them.
Like everything.
Even today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So lots of fun war stuff. Yeah, again, it's of course with the era of Sergeant Fury, it had to be Nazis, of course, but they were fun adventure books. I remember reading a lot of them and enjoying it. I remember thinking that the Nazis were coming to get us for a while because I watched a lot of old films from the newsreels from the 40s, and they were saying, "Oh, next week when this happens, I wasn't as a little kid, I wasn't quite sure the Nazis weren't coming, and so I was a little scared for a while. I was like, "Oh man, these guys are
30 years after World War II ended."
Yeah, I was like, "Wow, they're really tough. They're still coming to get us." I wasn't quite. I didn't get it.
They never die.
No. My grandpa was telling me your great grandpa. He said, "Oh, I did my part to get rid of them." He said, "There's not coming." So, yeah,
they're gonna get you. Run.
Yeah, and I find out now that my dad's from Germany. So,
yeah.
Sergeant Fury's Howling Commandos. Yeah, there's more. Nothing of note here, and they're pretty ratty, but they're fun to read. I'm gonna have a good time reading them. For sure.
Guns.
Oh, look, here's a peace symbol. Yeah, there's guns all over the place on these things.
Guns, America, more America fireworks.
Yeah, amazing. This guy's. He likes to shoot a lot of not German guns, but up here's some 70s counterculture stuff.
What in the world is that?
Well, in the 70s when there was some crazy stuff coming out. You should see some of these things. I don't know what's coming. I forgot what's coming up now, but they had a lot of weird counterculture stuff. So these are a little bit later. This guy must have been a bit older. There's some interesting books, let's call it.
These aren't Spider-Man.
No. This one has a little note here that says, this is one of a kind, but it's not really one of a kind. So,
Invincible Iron Man.
Yeah,
2?
some early Iron Mans.
Oh,
2,
wow.
4, no 1, of course. I think someone may have pilfered some of these books. There's some pretty obvious omissions from the series of some of these 4 or 5. So they're early Iron Mans. I mean, if you have 1, which is the one everybody wants, this is good, excellent filler, of course. And they're fun. They're just really good to read. We forget about normal books when we concentrate on the keys. But these filler books can be great.
Yeah.
Iron Man 18, pretty ratty. Oh, just to say Doctor Strange. Yeah, there we go.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, this is later on when he wasn't in his Tales of whatever it was. Yeah, because a lot of these characters started in titles of other books first, like Tales of Suspense, Journey into Mystery for Thor, stuff like that. Then they got their own books later. Here's Doctor Strange again, of course. I have no idea if these are worth anything. Him against Juggernauts. Oh, what's this? What do we have here?
Oh, X-Men.
Yeah.
X-Men 9.
Yeah, it's an early single-digit sub-decade.
Oh, wow.
X-Men 15 with someone drew a giant X on it. I'll have to get that off. 17. Read that could... I mean, these aren't even worth cleaning half of them, but still, they're fun. right? If you like these books and this is all you can afford, we have a saying, Nolan. Low grade is better than no grade, is what we have.
I mean, that's a good point.
To say. Well, that's when there's only way to read it. That's why it was better. But now I guess you can read them digitally, which is not really reading. That's like taking a mannequin out on a date or something. It's like,
Yeah.
It's not the same. Like,
Taking a mannequin on a date.
yeah, it's like, why would you do it?
That's just like despicable. I don't
right. Yeah, it's like, why would you do it? Like, it's like reading digital comics it's not for me. I mean, I do it sometimes if I have to, but only if I have to.
Because digital comics one hand, and the other hand you're playing video games and you're watching TV. And your smart robot assistant's also helping you at the same time.
Here, watch this. We're going to see a Spider-Man probably in pretty soon. The first appearance. Not really Spider-Man. It's a guy called the Changeling. It wasn't a real Spidey appearance, but it's the
what?
first interaction with Spider-Man.
Changeling?
Well, that's not actually Spider-Man.
Wasn't that like Beast Boy or something like that at first?
Yeah, that's DC, but yeah. That was his name, though. You're right. There was a movie in the 70s about there's X-Men. Yeah, lots of monotone, like lots of color books, right? There's like lots of red, lots of 50 and 50, like those ones with Polaris and what is it? What's his name? Or not in here, obviously. Not obviously, notably. Vision, not here. All right, Thor.
Ooh, I forgot about Thor.
Journey into Mystery. That's Hammer and all. What a great cover, right?
Yeah,
that's just amazing. I really love it. More Thor. Power of Pluto.
I think Thor's a pretty cool superhero.
You know what? These were fun stories, man. This early stories here, and when Stan Lee was still writing them, and later there was Simonson in the 80s, were actually quite well done. Back when he was he was like reintroduction to like fantasy books. He was a Dr. Donald Blake for a while, and he just sort of gave up on that. There's him in Sif. Sif appeared, and she was like in a new way. She looked different, had different powers and stuff. It was more of like a pseudo love interest after a while during this era. We have who is Replicus? Fantastic Four. See, good crossover stuff. We have. There's a couple of them. I'm looking at the fact that there's a couple of each one of these. Sometimes when there's two, people got a double cover, or there was something weird about it, or they got them signed. So that's one of the reasons you might want to look into this. There's Thor the Giant Wiener. Let's see. There's a Thor, hippie Thor.
Weird. That's a lot of Thor. He loves Thor.
He sure did. There's a big pile of it in here. Wrath of Odin. Odin seems to be always pissed off.
Thor in Norse mythology actually has like a lot of cool things that like the Marvel comics change.
Oh, you read that book, huh?
Yeah, I read the Norse mythology book. Like he can actually change his hammer to any size.
Really?
And also, like the whole like worthy system where you have to be worthy to pick up the hammer.
Yeah.
In Norse mythology, Thor's just like really, really strong, so it just weighs a lot. No one else can pick it up.
Really?
Yeah, and also like it doesn't actually have any conflicts in Norse mythology. Like anyone like tries to get in his way just dies instantly because he's just way too powerful. He's just awesome. He also drink like half the ocean once in a drinking competition.
Whoa.
Yeah,
it's tough stuff.
It's got him like a horn.
Galactus of Warning. That's good. Thanks for sharing that, Nolan. That's cool. Where Dwell the Demons. I think your Norse mythology book was written by Neil Gaiman. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was.
He writes comics too.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, there's him. This guy was in the most recent.
Him?
He was in the. They call him something else. I forget, but he was in the most recent Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Thor. Look at how bleached out some of these colors are.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, they must have hit some direct sunlight for a while.
Yep. Which is why you gotta protect them.
Yeah, some of these are great covers. The Wrecker. I think he's like going to the bathroom. He's like, "Oh, need more fiber." Let's see. Jane Foster. Surprise, Jane Foster in this issue. That's kind of fun. Ulik.
Ulik. It's a lot of like names that sound pretty awesome, like Crypto Man.
Yeah,
Wrecker.
He invests in cryptocurrency.
Yeah, Ulik.
There's Loki. Look at Loki's face. This is great art, dude. I love it. He's all mad.
Huh.
No one can stop me. I have the power to rule the entire world, like he's like always had. But okay,
it's like blasting people with a fire hammer.
Trapped on Doom's Land. Doom versus Thor. We got to read that one, man. Well, at the edge of the world. Cartag, the Keeper. It sounds like a car sales company. Car
Oh
tag.
yeah.
Online car sales. 201. So these are getting... The newer ones are better. He probably wasn't 11 anymore and wasn't sticking him in his back pocket right around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right? How fun is this? Oh, we're going to have a good time reading all this stuff. Who Dares Defy Destroyer? Yeah,
Oh my.
he's in the other one. He was in a previous one, too.
Jeez. Hercules? Oh, man.
Yeah, Hercules. All right, we have a Daredevil here. There was like
Versus Doctor Doom?
Yeah, there's a lot of Doctor Doom stuff, which is fun.
Huh.
Daredevil 34. So higher number of Daredevils. Okay, look at this.
You know, I like Daredevil because he's not as powerful as like Thor or Superman or
Yeah, he's like
Iron
a
Man.
street level. Look at that. It's a great cover. Look at the reflections.
Oh,
Reminds
yeah.
me of the Doctor. Oh, look at this. 2. There's Daredevil 2. Well, it's barely there. It's a bag of Daredevil 2. What number is this? It's 4.
Yeah, there's kind of
Purple
like
Man.
two different types of covers. One like that, it's more like like looks like a movie poster a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's other ones where it's just like showing what's happening. Like Sally Mae is been captured by Green Goblin.
Yeah, sometimes they try to advertise what's in the book, and a lot of times it's not in the book at all. They have some kind of adventure that's not... DC was famous for showing Superman doing weird stuff. Like this one.
That one's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's a cool one, but probably not actually coward. Oh, there we go.
It's kind of hard to be a coward when you're the man without fear.
Exactly. Right? Yeah, you're signaling it's off-brand. Right? Yeah, more Daredevil. Matt Murdock.
Ooh.
Oh, sweet. Thor's gonna... I don't know how short a fight between Thor and Daredevil would be, but probably not super long.
Yeah, I think it's like just a one hit and he's out.
Like pretty...
You win in like 0 characteristics, except for blindness. I guess he wins in the blindness.
Yeah, I don't know if Daredevil can smell his way out of that one. Yeah, you're gonna smell his pants afterwards. All right, Army War Heroes.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, these are almost certainly charlatan comics. So yeah, certainly not worth probably anything, but would be fun to go through. Check out.
It's a lot of guns. America.
Fighting Devil Dog, another DC. Besides that Green Lantern too. There's not a lot of
Oh
DC.
wow, that looks very.
Jack London Seawolf.
Looks more like a.
Strange Adventures, another DC. That guy's having a strange adventure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go. Superman's ex-pal, the new Jimmy Olsen. And Lobo, isn't that? Oh, here's Superman Action Comics.
very faded colors.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, so there's some
Action
DC stuff
Comics
here. Yeah, these are fun. They're just fire starters, really. They're not really worth anything.
Yeah.
But they're fun. Some sidekicks.
I mean, you can kind of tell they're bland, like looking at the cover. Like when you don't have this cinematic, like $1 million shot in the cover, you can tell it's not going to be like, probably not going to be that great.
Oh man, I think they're great books to go through.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to be worth a lot of money. I'm just kind of opening some of these up and looking inside.
I mean, all comics are like fun to read for the most part.
Yeah, there's some stinkers out there, but when I was a kid, there was no such thing as a bad comic. I read a lot of Richie Rich and Casper.
I read a lot of Casper with you and Richie Rich.
You did. They were fun. I mean, they were really inane books, but I enjoyed them. I loved reading the ads.
Oh, I had that as like a poster in my room, sort of, or I did, and then we.
Oh, Tales of Suspense. Yeah, you did have that.
Yeah, Iron Man and Captain America.
Yeah, those were good. Later on, they got their own books. Tales of Suspense 64. Yeah, probably. I think there's a 65 coming up, so it's not that one.
Oh, another Iron Man and Captain America.
Yeah, these are Tales of Suspense was a book that when Iron Man went to #1 and Captain America started at 100, he like took over the Tales of Suspense as his own book. I think that's what happened. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but there's plenty in here. They're great covers. Victory.
It's kind of cool. Iron Man just has these like yellow text, no like bolts or anything. Then Captain America's got the American flag.
Yeah, man, it's good iconography. You can see why these two have like a complicated history. It goes all the way back to Tales of Suspense.
Yeah, and then they fought in Civil War.
Yes, they did. Very much so. Why those two fought is, I think, largely the history of this book from way back when. Oh, here we go. The Marvel team up, which I think we saw earlier. It must be another one in this pile here. Right, Nolan, tell us your story about Mjolnir.
All right, so in Norse mythology, there are these two blacksmiths. I think one of them was named Brock, and the other one I forget the name of, but they're like brothers. And then Loki, just because he's like a trickster, he's always trying to cause chaos and stuff. He's like, he took these pair of blacksmiths, and then another one he said that they challenge each other to a competition, and then the gods will judge them to see which one is better. And then Loki pretending to be a fly, like he turned into a fly because that's the thing he can do in Norse mythology, and he became a fly, and he got onto one of the blacksmith's eye, and eventually hurt so bad because he was biting his eye and stuff like that, and then he had to hit it off while he was crafting Mjolnir. And it was originally supposed to have a very long shaft. It was supposed to be sort of like a sledgehammer, but he actually cut the handle off short, so it was a small hammer. But Thor actually liked it more.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's a fun story. All right, let's watch our... That's great. Thanks for sharing, Nolan.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. We got Fantasy Masterpiece. I don't know anything about this. This I have no idea about.
Simon, I guess he really loved it.
Yeah, more Nick Fury. So no, remember now, it's not Sergeant Fury right now. It's Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So he went from war stuff to spy stuff, which was more on vogue in the 60s.
He likes action, though.
Yeah, he does like action. Who doesn't? Wait, here we go. Avengers number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a sub-decade Avenger. It's a pretty crappy 3, but it's a 3. We got here, we have Avengers 6. We have more Avengers 7. Avengers 13.
It reminds me of the Fibonacci sequence. It goes 3, 7, 15.
What number was that one? I didn't see it. We have 15, 16.
Maybe if you tell past you, just show us the number.
Let's see here. We have 18.
Yeah. 19. Okay, he's being a bit more consistent now.
So we switched. I'm not holding the books myself anymore. I have my friend is picking them out for me, so she's holding for me 20.
It's probably hard.
My arm was getting sore by holding the camera in. It's
because there's so many.
21. I don't even know what number this is. 24. Say somebody wrote 25. Yeah, so these are in back. So somebody went through
Dr.
some
Doom.
effort. Yeah, sweet.
Well, Thor on his own didn't. Well, I guess they did. I guess he probably lost then. That one fight.
Dr. Doom has variable power levels depending on the writer.
Oh.
Ultroids attack. Looks like he's got Ultroids. He needs to take preparation H.
An Ultroid?
it's just a joke. I don't know what an Ultroid is. I'm trying to make a joke that you don't understand. We have...
Ultroid sound like, if it has the word ultra in it.
Sleeping Dragons Lie.
Okay, some sort of gargoyle thing.
Yeah. We have the plan and the power.
And the power, okay.
You want both, plan and power.
Yeah, if you just have one or the other, just collapses everything.
And these are great to have in your collection.
That's how you beat Dr. Doom once and for all. If you have plan and power, just get Iron Man and Hulk then, I guess. I mean, you don't really need the rest of them. Mine is a power? Oh, never mind, okay.
Death be not proud. Oh no, Bucky's died. Die Avengers die. Well, Ultron is not.
There's a lot of death in this one.
Yeah, Ultron's tough stuff, man. Mighty Avengers. I think this is the end of it. I think this is the last of this crate. We're coming down to the last pile here.
Did Captain America, is he supposed to have blonde hair in the comics?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. It probably makes sense, though.
Yeah. He's a good-looking guy. Let's see what else we got here. More 72.
Used to Chris Hemsworth being him, so...
Yeah, usually with Chris Hemsworth being Thor. You're worse to Chris...
Evans.
Chris Evans being Captain America. And now we know we're used to him being China Storm from Fantastic Four. So that's it. That's most of the comics. There were 40 or 50 other books, that non-brand Eck, and some other dumb ones that you wouldn't really care to show too much. What do you think, Nolan? Was that fun?
It was... Well, I thought there's quite a lot of variation just in everything, quality and different types of comics, well, as a lot of action and, stuff like that. Different, like there's Spider-Man, there's like GI Joe stuff. Sort of, there's a lot of variation.
Yeah, there was a lot of mostly Marvel, a little bit of DC stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, honestly. I'll probably start cleaning and pressing them just for fun. There's probably not a lot of value there.
I could try cleaning and pressing for practice.
Well, yeah, if you want to learn, I mean, absolutely, you can do that. I would love it if you do that, because now I just have them in storage, probably bagging. Well, not boring, a lot of boring them. Bag them up at least to keep moisture off them, I guess, because they're pretty ratty. But it was a good time for us. We hope you enjoyed it. I know that this isn't our normal type of video, but it's pretty fun, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. All right, till next time, this is Rick and Nolan signing out with our secret handshake.
Yep. Boom, boom, bam.
All right, see you later, everybody. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And subscribe.